Yeah, it's about that time. This is one that has been on my radar for some time. You had me at Pack. Namco Museum Arcade Pack for the Nintendo Switch. Now, do I have these games to play other ways? Of course. Is it nice to have this on here portable? I think it is. Hope you're going to join us tonight. We're in for a good time. Let's have some fun with this. Yes, we need it in English, please. Terms of use, yada yada bada doo dada bada dee dee. A little formal for a Namco museum. What is this? Do I need to have an attorney present? You really have to scroll through all this. That's... wow. Well, let me get my attorney on the phone. We'll see if he's available. Emily and Ice have joined us. Welcome, guys. We're just going through some legal information here to see if it's legal for us to play Namco Museum. I think that it is. I hope you read all of that. Yeah, it scrolls rather quickly, so you got to be like Johnny Five up in there. Input. Let's get down on this thing. Now, there's some really great things on here, including but not limited to Pac-Man, Galaga, but also some non-conventional things. Sky Kid, Splatterhouse. I mean, wow. Now, of course, we're just going to go straight in on some Pac-Man because I want to see what it looks like. As if we don't know what Pac-Man looks like. But every setup is different on these things when you go playing them on these collections. And I don't know, I got a soft spot for them. There's something about not playing Pac-Man with a joystick. It gets tough. How am I? I'm pretty good. I got a flu shot today. I went to a steakhouse for dinner. I was brave when I got my flu shot. So I got a Green Lantern Band-Aid. They don't just hand those out. So yeah, we did a little game hunting, a little game chasing. We found some retro and then some modern stuff. And there will be upcoming videos, vlogs, information, including but not limited to information about that. There's a cherry and we need it. So yeah, all in all, I can't complain. I could, but who would listen, right? Alright, not a bad first round there. If I'm a little slow in the chat, I've got ghosts after me. But I will catch up. I missed him, dadgummit. Oh, they're closing in on me. Oh, you just can't play like that. You got to do better. Billy Mitchell will tell you, you know, you can't miss a single ghost. You can't miss a single treat. It's just not available to you. And, you know, I've always played Pac-Man in a very evasive style, which has allowed me to move up on the levels and really explore how far I can get on Pac-Man, but not really conducive to a good high score. So, yeah. I really need some practice on this. Thanks, Em. You know, I'm really trying to up the production here. I want to bring you something that you actually want to watch, not something that you eventually get bored with and feel that you're obligated to watch. It should be something that you get a cup of coffee going and you just sit down and really enjoy. Those are the kind of videos I like to watch as far as, you know, stuff that content creators make. This is kind of an off-the-cuff stream here. This one wasn't technically scheduled. I walked right into that. I gotta pay attention. But it wasn't not scheduled. This game has been on my radar. And it came out today. And I wasn't sure if it was going to make it on time, but it did. So, it's always nice to come home from a steakhouse and find a Namco collection on your doorstep. A lot better than a pile of dog dung. So yeah, good times. Good times, great taste. of McDonald's. A peach. Oh, I'm not gonna get it. Dadgummit. Oh, you frickin' ghosts. Oh, I'm not gonna get the peach. It faked me out. Poop on a bun. Yeah, we should be finishing up the collaboration that we've got on the books this weekend, and that should be going live, and that'll be really exciting to see what everybody has brought to the table on that. And oh my god, the ghosts just start coming out of their trance. They're so much faster as the levels progress. Miss Pac-Man's even more brutal. You know, you can come home to poop in your driveway. You can come home to poop, renegade riding spiders, and all kind of unpleasantries. Oh my god, these ghosts are going to be the death of me. Oh my god, look how fast he's coming. Dad, darn it. He just flat out went the wrong way. Oh, you knew I... Oh, God, and I couldn't turn it fast enough. You are not connected to the ranking server. I'm sure I didn't even rank. But yes, connect me. Because that's what's going to be great. And that's what's great about any of these that have this feature. The online ranking. You might suck. You might not. But either way, you can look on the high scores online, these leaderboards, and know where you stand. And that's pretty cool. Alright, so that's that. Let's go to... I kind of wanted to go back to the main menu. And I shouldn't have to hit the home button to do that, right? There we go. So let's go to change the game. Oh, and it pulls up a little menu right there. That's nice. Let's see here. There we go. A nice steak fart there in the microphone. How about another wonderful classic? Let's get down on some Galaga after farting. How much was this? This is a $40 game. With my discount, though, you'll pay $31.99. Because I make sure and get that 20%. And actually, with the rewards points, the best, or let's call them worst buy owed me, I actually didn't pay anything for this game. Got it free. But that's going to be probably the last thing I buy from them after the way I was treated recently. I just had to burn up those reward points on something. I never did get Mercenary Saga. Never did get it. Renaissance has joined us. Welcome, Ren. Great to have you on the scene. And again, if I'm a little slow catching up on the chat, I am playing Galaga. So I'll keep an eye on things, and I'll probably suck at the game too. But that's okay. This is so that you can take a look at it, not so that I can beat a high score or anything. Fighter captured. Gold Mario 79 is in the house. Welcome, GM 79. You are on the scene, lean and mean, for some Namco Museum action on the Nintendo Switch. So the Nintendo Switch, you know, a portable console, obviously. And I really wanted this to be on there for that. You know, I think that would be really neat to have these to take on the road. We'll be on vacation pretty soon, and, you know, I just got blown up. That's what you want this thing for, you know. And I think this is going to be fun to have, because you can play these kind of games really quick, especially if you suck at them. And, you know, I think last year I was playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2, or whatever the hell it is. And man, it was just, I didn't have the time to really put into it while I was on vacation, unfortunately. Usually I get more time than that. But I'm looking forward to playing some of this in the hotel, laid up with free beer and whatever else they give us. Cool as Robert Payne is here, so it's officially a stream. Carp, great to have you here on this impromptu Friday night jam on release day of Namco Museum's Arcade Pack. Isn't the music for this just great? If you have a 3DS and you've never played Pac-Man Galaga, what is it? Pac-Man Galaga Generations, I think it is? Something like that. I don't know. Look it up. It's fantastic, though. Oh my god. The 3D versions and the 3D Pac-Man that they have on there. Super fun. Oh, Dimensions. Yeah, Pac-Man Galaga Dimensions is the name of it. Molly has it, but she lets me play her copy. Super fun. And a great way to teach your kids about classic games that matter. Herb Wars is in the house. Welcome, Herb. You're just in time to see me get blown up on Galaga. But again, this is so you can look. I'll not suck at these games another time when I can concentrate. Change game. What else do we got here? Look at these. I want you to look right now. This is a pretty nice list for what it is. Galaga 88. Look how cool that looks. There's a cool mobile version of Galaga that you can play now. And I'm not one for phone games at all, but I found it kind of addictive. This collection does have Splatterhouse, Herb, and we will look at that momentarily. I don't know. I mean, maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know of any Namco collections that have had that. Maybe there have been some. I know I've got plenty of them. How cool is this? I miss the days when the high score was all you had to worry about. Now we're grateful for the depth that we do have in gaming today. I know, that's crazy, buddy. Oliver's behind me getting into trouble, as usual. But yeah. Yeah, I don't think so either. So yeah, this would be one to get. And I mean, it knows what it is. It's got a lower price point. You're not going to pay $60 for this. So yeah. All in all, not bad. And to have it portable, that's just cool too. I mean, I know everybody's, oh, it's portable, it's portable. That gets to be a yawner of an excuse for buying Switch stuff when it's multi-plats. But in this case, though, this game being on here, and then these are the kind of games you probably would like to have portable just for messing around. I think it's going to be good to have. Now I'm going to play a lot of Galaga and Pac-Man when we go on vacation, because the hotels have some fantastic arcades in them. But yeah, 40 does seem a little high, because you got to say that as much as Nintendo pushes the digital, you could argue that this could have been a $20 download and then they keep 100% of the profit. But it's also a really nice physical copy, and I'll show you that in just a minute. There's a reversible cover to it, which honestly, I've been disappointed in some of the interiors of some of the Switch games I've been getting lately from all different publishers. You just open it up, it's just a plain white sheet of paper in there. Never played this version of Galaga. I want to say I have played it before, but I don't remember what on. I've got some collections on the 360, and then there's some just other stuff around. There's so many versions of these games too, you know. I mean, of course this was on NES, but then I've got multiple Atari ones that I've played that are in here in the house that I probably haven't touched in ages, because, you know, to hook all the old coax stuff up, it's not a problem. It just doesn't get done as much, because God knows we have so many modern games we're in the middle of and trying to stay up to snuff on today. I mean, God, we're on the cusp of having the big shooters for the year come out, and then we've got Red Dead 2 on the way, and just holy crap. Media glitch in here like a wrecking ball. You're the man with the master plan, MG. Yeah, Joel's the man. Glad to have you here for some impromptu streaming of Namco Museum Arcade Pack on the Nintendo Switch. I'm in Dimension 1 Stage 5 on Galaga 88. And I'm going to get my butt whooped, but I'm trying to keep up with the chat and look back and forth, and you know, these things happen. This is so we can take a look at this and see what all this has to offer, what it looks like, the backdrops, you know, how sexy does it look? Is this $40? And I think it is. It was for me. I wanted it. Yeah, the graphics are gorgeous, man. It definitely a joy to look at. Dimension 1. Misty Panetta has joined us. Welcome, Misty. Good to see you on this impromptu live stream on the Nintendo Switch of Namco Museum Arcade Pack. And it is a pack. So let's go to the menu here. I said we would look at Splatterhouse, and we will. And here it is, in all its glory. I don't know what physical copies of Splatterhouse I have, if any. I'm really overdue to do inventory in here. My God. What I got? What do you got? What do you got? Ribbit a bit. Ribbit a boop. That's just great. Oh, get the knife. Get the knife. Get the cleaver. Yeet, bloody bats falling on the ground. I'm still buzzing off last night. We went to see the showing of the 1986 Transformers flick. And, you know, Molly really enjoyed that. It was great to show her that. Saw some other people bringing their kids, too. It's good that kids are getting educated on what Transformers are supposed to look like. Misty, I'm doing great. I hope you guys in your camp are doing fantastic. I know we're overdue for a visit. Like, really overdue. CM Retro has joined us. Welcome, CM. Always great to see CM Retro Gaming in the house. Chris Miller, man with the master plan. It's Miller time. Oh my God, I'm getting eaten alive. Oh, I'm hating it. Oh, God. Well, you can tell I never had much experience at this game. I'm getting Ronalded over here. Oh, you turds. You foul Satan spawn. Oh, dude, come on. Go down. I'm ducking. I'm ducking over here. So what does Emceemur think of the borders on these games? Nice or distracting? I'll be honest with you. I have always found them distracting. Now, while they're fun to see because it differs from collection to collection, I gotta tell you, especially with my new monitors in here, I really love just getting some way to, you know, like maybe the, what is that thing, the Super Retro Trio, anything I can put original hardware in and bust up here in some beautiful crisp 720, even 1080p when it's available, full screen, none of this 4:3 BS, just screen. That's what I like. But I realize that's not what gets done on these collections because of, you know, resolution or whatever. I bought that Disney Saturday afternoon cartoon set, whatever the hell it came with the Darkwing Duck and the DuckTales and all that stuff. I didn't need them, but, you know, who isn't going to buy that on a collection? You know, it was digital, whatever. But I might have played it twice. It's just a little square in the middle of the screen. But it just doesn't do it for me. Now, this is cool, again, because this is portable. These are high-score games. But in the really difficult platformers that actually have stories and you got to go through them and do the whole 9 yards, oh, that can be a different story. We got Tower of Druaga, Dig Dug, Rolling Thunder and Rolling Thunder 2. I remember seeing Rolling Thunder. I remember seeing ads for some of these when they came out. And I'm dating myself there. Let's take a look at Tower of Druaga. Yeah, see, I mean, this is cool. It's kind of a comic strip going on in the background there, but... Floor 1. He's in a tower. And he's dead. You know, a joystick goes a long way if you can get one for games like these. I had one for the 360 and had a weak moment and sold it. I really regret doing that. We demand Rolling Thunder. You got it. We'll look at all of these. I'm obviously not getting much done in the Tower of Druaga here. Well, you really got to time that swing. But yeah, I find that I can't play Pac-Man with a thumbstick. And, you know, they did the Atari collections recently, or at least within the last year or so, on the PS4 and Xbox One. And they're really great collections for the money. You're talking 50 games per unit there for 20 bucks. But I can't play them with a thumbstick. You got games that you should be playing with a trackball, in which I'm not even that into the trackball. But with a thumbstick, it's total wonk, dude. You can't control anything. Got him. Slimes. Gels. The bane of many a dungeon-delving explorer's existence. We're in. I think Pac-Man was made for directional pad thumbsticks to have too much slop for tight movements. Yeah, you'll often find yourself turning a corner that is like, God, I didn't do that, you know, but it makes you do it. And that's always a heartbreaker because, you know, I'm either doing great at Pac-Man or I'm doing awful. You know, at least for me, as far as personal bests. And yeah, you just get off that rhythm a little bit. You get shaken. It's like a quarterback that just got sacked. You know, it's like, oh, you're having the game of your life. But all of a sudden you're backed up and you're 3 and out and you're 3 and out again. And all of a sudden you're just off your game. You don't know what you're doing. Yeah, you got to control your balls, man. That's why I wear my Skeletor underoos. It's underwear that's fun to wear. TJ Katsuni says, just invest in the Hori arcade stick for the Switch. I don't even think I've seen that, but that's great intel, TJ. I will invest in it. I will go shopping on my phone, on my cellular telephone, as soon as this concludes. Oh, Hori arcade, it's expensive, isn't it? It may be. But I've had good luck with Hori products so far. And I would be interested to see exactly what we're talking as far as money. It'll run you around $120, $150. Wow, that's half the price of the system, but I would like to see it all the same. I think we find that fight sticks and stuff like that, they can run that high, so that's not unheard of, but that's high. All right, you want to see Rolling Thunder? We'll see Rolling Thunder. But it uses authentic arcade parts, that's cool. So I would imagine you got some good click and some good bounce back there, and that's second to none right there. If I fall asleep in the cruiser and hit my head on the door frame, can I file for workers' comp? It's 2018, CM. I would, if I'm a betting man, I'm going to say yes. Druaga! This was such a great game, and you know, I remember seeing ads for this, getting you to buy it, but when, you know, there was a copy out for the NES at that point. GamePro magazine did a spot on it. And I could just, it takes me back to seeing the ads for that. You know who else did a spot on this game recently was John at Gen X Grown Up. A lot of y'all know him from the streams in here. A lot of y'all know him from his channel. If you haven't seen Gen X Grown Up's retrospective on Rolling Thunder, they did a really good one. This looks like a spiritual successor to NES Codename Viper. I'm glad you mentioned Codename Viper. That was a really good game. And it was a game I had for a long time before actually having played it. And I'm not talking like I bought it the other day and I'm talking like, you know, back in the day, I had it for a long time. Like one of those that it's probably going to pop up sooner or later on my video game prices in the 90s and today episodes. Because it was one of those I bought later in the 90s, you know, probably around the turn of the millennia there, and didn't pay much for it, I'm sure. But, you know, one of those Sunday mornings after band rehearsal, like, oh man, we're going to play, you know, just pick something we haven't ever played. And we put in that game, and we were blown away by what it did. It wasn't one I had when I was a kid. It wasn't one anybody I knew had, so it just was not a game I was familiar with. And, you know, it's always cool when you put something in and you're blown away like that. Vice Project Doom did that. That was another game that also was like, man, this is so good, man. How have I never played this? And I can say how I never played it. We were a Sega household. But I can ask the question, how did none of my friends have this? How did I never see this in a Blockbuster to rent when I had an NES in the house? Because often I would trade my Sega Master System to a buddy with an NES. And, you know, we would trade for the week, you know, and then we'd go to our respective rental store locations and pick up some games for the week on those systems that we wanted to get our feet wet on. Rolling Thunder predates Codename Viper about 3 or 4 years. Yeah, this is an oldie. And this is one of the better looking iterations of it you'll probably see right here. There are uglier ones. I was never a great game player, but I was always somebody that played a lot of games and prided myself on having all those experiences. And I still feel like that today. Like there's just, yeah, I mean, you know, I buy too many games. You see the day one streams that we do. But yeah, it's like I just can't get enough. And it's not that I want to know everything out there or have done everything out there, but I'm just like ADD with it. I can't help but there's always new things getting my attention, and there's always new old things getting my attention. I always find things that's like, how did we miss this back in the day? We're about to get into our vintage computing segment here on the show. We're going to start that very soon. Probably going to start filming that next week. And we're going to get into some Atari 1040 ST, some Atari 400, just some great stuff. Some of it's stuff from my past, some of it's stuff I haven't seen. Some of it's stuff I've had since then that I don't even remember. It's a journey we're going to take together. And I'm looking forward to it. I hope you'll all join me for those when they're uploaded. It's going to be a great time. The Atari 1040 ST was a powerhouse in its day. Came with a frickin' VGA monitor stock in 1986. I think I bought it. I mean, that was unheard of. Even the top of the line IBMs weren't doing that unless you put the money out there. So I suck really bad at original LOZ, but yeah, you know what? I'm not going to say I'm great at that. I've beat it many times, but I've never beaten the second quest, and I'm actually working on that now. That's kind of a guilty admission that I've had. Seems like I should have already done that, you know. Alright, change the game. Why don't we just take a look at Rolling Thunder 2 while we're here? Sip of water from the Mario cup. Look at this background. They're trying to get saucy on us here. In the year 1990X, because that's so futuristic. So, speaking of that, again, we were at the Transformers movie last night. They're talking about 2005, like it's 8,000 years in the future, and that made Molly laugh. She's like, I wasn't born yet. I was like, I know. We thought come 2000 we were all going to be George Jetson up in that with our daggone flying cars and everything. But no. We got really cool cell phones, though. So there's that. Look at this dude. He looks like Stinkor from He-Man. I don't remember ever playing the second one of this. You can tell by my prowess, obviously, that I'm not well versed in Rolling Thunder, but it was always one that caught my attention, and it seemed like it was going to be fun. Galaga. She's really animated jumping the fence there. She can't jump and shoot. Oh God, move! Shoot him! Shoot! Oh, he took 2 bullets. Galaga! Galaga! Put one right in his head. He takes 2. Oh, they took her down. They took her down. Really? Calm app? There's a calm app on my phone. I was wondering where that tranquil sound was coming from. I was just checking the time. I thought it was the beach she was hanging out. Like, man, that's awesome. Oh my God. I say we have great phones. They got a mind of their own, and one day they are going to take over. And Siri will be our new god and leader. And we can't have that. Round 1 clear. I should be proud of myself. I know it. That's crazy, buddy. All right, she's up in this crib here. She's going to be getting down with some. Look at all these guys coming at her. And we know this guy don't play. Oh, I didn't last 10 seconds in there. What's down here? Yeah, go to the main menu. Go to the main menu, because that little quick menu is nice, but I really like this. And for those of you that were not in here when we first crunk up, I wanted you to see this because this looks really good. I love the background. I love the graphic there. That's really cool. This really entices me to just come on in and dadgum play. Sky Kid. That was another one I never really spent any time on. And AVGN did his episode on it, and I panicked because, like, oh God, do I have that yet? It's going to be $50 tomorrow. And it was. But I looked on the shelf, and oh, thank God I had Sky Kid. So, but I haven't really spent any time with it. Question: how does a dog catcher get paid? I don't know. But we're going to look at Tank Force. Tank Force. Time for the big guns. Deploy the special forces and commence attack. I gotta admit, I don't know anything about Tank Force. Not one I'm versed in. Well, I had a feeling I was going to be in a tank. That much is clear. Okay, are there a certain number of these I'm trying to eliminate? Are we trying to advance? What are we doing here? Waronka! Warning! Okay, they're breaking structures here. We're trying to stop them from blowing stuff up, I guess. That's kind of cool. I'm into that. Look at this. This must be bigger shots or something. And hopefully we can have 2 at once, because I really wanted to fire the big guns there. So we got these little armored vehicles coming out now. Oh, see, I'm doing damage too. I guess I'm trying not to hit those things. Round clear. This is kind of cool. Why have I never played this before? This is not one I recall being on any collections either, and it's one I would really research. Because if I have a physical copy of this, I don't know. I don't remember ever doing this. Look at this. We got the Battletech hexes going on here to show you the dadgum. The stage advancement. That's great. Waronka. Waronka? Oh, we got a double donger here. He can take 3 hits. And I just took my first blast. I'm not going to get to this power up in time, no, but I did get it. I got a double shot. I mean, I'm not really sure why you need a double shot. Oh my, oh, that was terrible. I mean, the shot pretty much takes up the whole aisle there, so... maybe it's more powerful. I don't know. I didn't live long enough to find out, did I? Dog pound, gotcha. Oh, I think I got 1,000 points coming. Oh, I just called in a freaking carpet bombing. Look at that. That was a Call of Duty kill streak right there coming in hot. Friendly care package inbounds. Got a lightning strike coming in hot. I thought that too, Ice, for a second. It was really reminiscent of combat. See the tank, that's the first thing you think of. That or Iron Tank. Speaking of Iron Tank and SNK games in general, we do have SNK 40th Anniversary coming soon from your friends at NIS America. We will be unboxing the collector's edition of that right here on the Emceemur show, as well as getting day one gameplay of that for you to look at. Can't wait to see POW Arcade Mode, as well as Akari Warriors, Crystallis, and a lot of other fantastic titles therein. Because those games on that, Athena, stuff like that's where SNK shined for me. I was never a big Neo Geo guy. Even though we had access to them and we rented them, they just never took, man. There wasn't anything on there that really outdid itself in its respective genres. That's just my personal opinion. I still think it's cool as hell and would love to collect it if it wasn't so damn expensive and hard to find. I mean, the people that collect Neo Geo, half of them are buying them at conventions and spending their life's worth, and it's like, I don't do that, dude. I mean, I don't knock anyone that does. It's your money. But I buy my stuff for $1, and if I can't, it needs to be damn near close. So here's what happens. They blow this base up, and you're done. Or you can die, and you're done. But that wasn't bad. That was kind of cool. Units are down. Well, I mean... yeah, I would like to play again. Let's try that one more time. I'm nervous how Crystallis looks. Hope it looks pretty good for a 1080 upgrade. I thought I heard someone complaining that it didn't. But I can't imagine that it's bad. I mean, you're getting Crystallis portable on a Switch, so let's just call that a win, I guess. But... we do have a certain level of expectation there, and hopefully we'll have NIS. We'll have our rep from NIS in the stream for that too, to answer any questions anyone may have. They joined us recently for Metal Max Xeno, and we talked about Disgaea, and we talked about the SNK collection. So that's coming soon. Always glad to have their support on that. Look at them coming in here. I'm not paying attention. They're trying to get my base. I gotta play goalie now, because these fools, they're coming. Look at them coming. I'm slitting my own throat here, blowing all this up. Dad, darn it. I wanted that power up. Wadusha. Wadisha. We got one lone turd up here trying to bust his way through. Get up in there. I want to just bust through and hit him, although I know that's not right. I can see how this would have been a lot of fun in the arcade. That's the other thing, is I cut my teeth in the arcades. Some of these things, when I don't, you know, if I don't recognize the game, that's weird to me, because then that's a strike against the places that I hung out as a kid if they didn't have these machines, you know. There were certain machines like Double Dragon and stuff that just, and Turtles Arcade, that just shaped my childhood. Look at this little spiffy sport model I'm driving now. Pew, 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 taking him down. Oh, this thing is fast. Sport model coming in hot. I don't know how long I get this for. Hopefully until I get killed with it. Oh, there we go. Ren, great to have you. So glad you stopped by. Drop a like on your way out, because you know that'll really help me out. Great to see you. Hope that you will have a great rest of the evening. And this is a great evening right here. I can't think of anything I like better than some old school classics, especially getting to play a couple I haven't seen before. Going back to the roster on this game, and besides the fact that I suck at it, and those double train cards really remind me of Mercs a little bit in the future, but yeah, we're really surprised at some of the games on this that I haven't seen in Namco collections before, because we can almost say that we're Namco collectioned to death. There's a lot of them coming all the way up to PS1, PS2, yada yada yada. But, and I think there may be people that don't buy this because of that. Like, oh, I don't need it. But it's on a portable system. Maybe you do need it. Rotate screen 90 degrees. I can't imagine. Go to title selection. Let's see what else we got. Pac-Man Champion Edition 2 Plus is on here, which is another neat bonus. We haven't looked at Dig Dug yet, and I was always more of a Mr. Do guy. But let's play. Druaga. Druaga. Oh, we got me. How many versions of Pac-Man or Mega Man do I need? You know, there's a factual answer to that, and there's an opinion answer to that. That being an answer that only you can form, of course. For me, it's as many as I can get. You're swinging them up, aren't you, son? For me, it's as many as I can get. I love these games, and I'm kind of addicted to watching the different ways in which they're presented. So this becomes particularly interesting to me that we're on the Switch. Dadgummit, Dig Dug, get him. And I'll definitely be taking this, you know, on the road with me when I go places. Dadgummit, that dragon. Gold Mario 79, thank you so much for dropping in. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Thanks for being a part of Mer Nation. You are fantastic. A credit to your gender and all sorts of other great things that I could name. Hope you have a great one. Yeet, Dig Dug. Yeet, yeet. Oh, no time for a drink of water out of my Mario cup. Or any other cup for that matter. We've had these cups since Oliver's baby shower, because we did his baby shower in Mario. We gave away a Retron at the baby shower after doing Nintendo trivia. Probably the coolest baby shower ever. And, yeah, so we had all these great Mario cups that were like tumblers and left over, so I drink out of those every chance I get, because, I don't know, just seeing Yoshi or somebody looking up at me when I take a drink just makes my heart happy. That's what life's about. Making your heart happy. Oh, he got away, that fart knocker. I was honestly thinking about selling my physical copies of Mega Man, the GameCube collection, and just keeping the PS4 collection. You know, that crosses my mind a lot on retro collections. Mega Man especially in some instances, because I mean we've got so many of the collections now. What do you need any of it for? I'm so proud of my NES Mega Men, but they're worth big bucks. But I don't want to get rid of any of my NES stuff because I'm going for a complete collection, you know. I demand a really, really good Indiana Jones games built with a new Tomb Raider engine. I don't see why that couldn't happen. The marketing's certainly there. Did not know they were on GameCube. Yeah, oh my god. There's all those Namco collections and the Mega Man, and they did an anniversary collection on the Cube. I got that a few episodes back on Yard Sale Findings and Scavengings. A disc only and a complete one. Paid $1 for one, paid nothing for the other in a consignment deal that I worked. So Cool to have, but I don't need them. But cool to have. I don't know. I just feel better with them being over there. What have we not seen here? Pac-Man Versus. So let's look at Sky Kid. Sky Kid! Mission 1. Bomb this target. Like I'm going to be able to do that. This almost feels like Choplifter. And I'm dead. That feels a lot like Choplifter too. Oh my god, Choplifter was enough to piss off the Good Humor Man. I remember getting that for a birthday when I was very young. And it was just, you know, you felt so bad for the little dudes there that you couldn't rescue, but... Oh, I missed. Land here. Okay. Well, that was nowhere near as bad as Top Gun. EZTM just subscribed. Thanks so much for the sub. Glad to have you as part of Mer Nation. We're rising up. Be a part of the great things that we're doing right here on the show. All the fun that we can have right here. Yeah, I love Choplifter too. I got a special place in my heart for it. But, you know, it was those kind of dadgum games, you know, that bred you to be a gamer. And that remind you now that with... Oh, that's right, you can pull out of it. That reminds you now, with the new games and the way they are, that we've gotten soft. You know, that we go back to some of these and we're just like, God, I don't remember being this bad. But when every game you played back then was that difficult, you had skills that were honed. You had nerves that were dialed in. And, you know, you don't have that now. Or maybe some people do. I don't know. But, you know, Billy Mitchell's playing Donkey Kong right now. He's not playing God of War. So, and I missed the bomb. Sky Kid's alright, man. I'm sorry I didn't play as much time on it back in the day as I could have. But again, I had it for the longest time. Didn't know I had it. And then even then, I don't remember really spending any time with it. And then we had the AVGN scare. Don't get me wrong, I love James Rolfe. He's hilarious. But I'm like, oh my God, you know, if they do a game... It's like, you better hope it's on your shelf, because it's going to be $50 tomorrow. Oh, God, I just shot one of them. I didn't mean to. Sorry. Sorry. I'll tell you, that is a lot nicer on the old landing gear than the Top Gun landings. Good, but I can't rest. The battle is on. We're going to bomb a target here is what's going to happen. The AVGN scare, yeah, or the Metal Jesus scare. One of them boys talk about something, you know, you're going to have a good time hearing about it, but you better hope it's on the shelf. Because I'm going to tell you, it's violent out there now on eBay. It ain't like it was, man. It was Wild West, just, you know, quick on the draw back in the day. I could win auctions. I'd win them in my sleep. I'd win them on the toilet. I'd win them in my underwear. I'd win them at work. I'd win them anywhere. Now, everybody and their brother is bidding on games, and I'm just getting shown up on there. And you know, you can bid stuff up and drop it on people, and I mean, that's a little satisfying, but you wanted the stuff, you know, you wanted the games. So it's just too many people doing this, man, locally and abroad. This is just, it's like we created it, you know. The whole YouTube thing has brought it to light. It's a double-edged sword. I mean, we can't keep it secret. Honestly, there was a time in my life that I didn't know other people did this, collected games. I really didn't. Watching the Game Chasers for the first time, I was like, huh, that's what I do, you know? And then you find out there's communities of these people. But there was nobody around that I knew that did that kind of stuff. Let's look at Pac-Man Versus while we got some time here. You can change controller from the option screen. Not interested in that. Let's just play. You need another Switch console. No. And we're going to have one soon, because after that last Direct, and I got to admit, it was kind of off the hook for a Direct. I had my wife wanting her own, and I had Molly wanting her own, because it's like, people want to act like this is so much different than a 3DS, but in a sense, it's almost not. Not in that sense, anyway. Everybody may need to have their own. Let's stick with what we know, original. great is this? Okay, I've been eaten. We're trying to get Pac is what we're trying to do. Don't turn your back on Pac. Oh, we're getting him, right? Bloop. Nice. You know, I said we were going to look at this, and we are. This is the box right here. And it didn't look like this originally. This is the reversible cover, and you've got all the different screens there from the selection screen. But then originally, you know, it's got this on here. If you can see that box art. Kind of a almost, you know, Disney Channel afternoon cartoon style animation to some of your more popular characters. That's what came on its stock. But I reversed the cover because I do like this with the actual cover art from some of the original games. You know, stuff that's reminiscent of that. I heard that Walmart stopped selling 3DS games. Well, I hope that means they're blowing a bunch out. Because, I mean, I've bought a lot, you know, in recent past within the last year in the $10 bin up there. Sequel to Project Cross Zone. I still haven't played through that yet. It was a great one, the first one. For $10. We'll play the next one. Oh, God. Boy, you miss your turn in this, you don't get another chance, I'm going to tell you what. But yeah, I'd like to think they blow some 3DS stuff out, and the 3DS isn't dead, dude. We got more 3DS stuff coming. There's a new Etrian Odyssey that's been announced. You think I'm not excited about that? I am. There's new Yokai Watch games out that look a lot like the Pokemon Rumble Blast that they did, which could be fun. I'd be willing to take a look. Oh my God, you miss your turn in that, you're done. And he ate me. But yeah, 3DS ain't dead, man. And even if they call it dead, it ain't dead. Because I'm like 48 RPGs deep on that thing. I'm never going to be done with my 3DS. And I don't want them to stop supporting the online, the Miiverse, all that stuff. You know, I can't have them doing that. That's some of the most fun about that system. I'm off to bed now. Hey, Ice, thank you for being a part of what we have going on here. You're a fantastic part of it, sir. Much love and have a fantastic evening. Alright, let's go back to the menu. That's Pac-Man Versus. That's kind of, you know, it's hard for me to get into those as much. Pac-Man's like Monopoly to me. I don't like different versions of it. I want to play the original. And when you do all these different variations, it's like, okay, but it just doesn't usually do it for me. Let's return to the main screen because let's check out the Championship Edition 2 Plus. We looked at that when that first launched on PS4, and it had already been out digitally for a while anyway. It was just Plus. It had some things. It had Galaga, I think, attached to it. Some of the things that didn't come with the software originally. And it's a pretty game, but again, you're touching on a whole different mode of Pac-Man, and it can be fun, but it's just taking away from my practice that I obviously so sorely need on the original Pac-Man itself. So, something to think about. Look at this. We got a Championship Edition 2 plus 2-player. Well, I don't think we're playing 2-player right now, but let's just pull this up and see what we got. We still got a few minutes left in our time slot. I am sure this is what we think it is. But for the sake of saying that we saw everything that was on this software tonight in this 1 hour, day one look, we're going to go ahead and get it on. I probably should have read those instructions. I don't remember what I'm doing. But we'll figure it out, right? This is so pretty. I mean, graphically, it's fantastic to look at. I think the idea is to eat all of them in the biggest train you can get them in. OAS Gaming has joined us. Welcome, OAS. A curator of all things fantastic and Sega Master System-ish. Great to have you on the scene, sir. Yeah, this was kind of an I won't say it was unplanned or unscheduled, but yeah, it wasn't one in my normal time slot. This game came out today, and it got delivered today, and I wanted to go ahead and take a look at it. So, carved us out an hour to look at it here, and just see what all it's bringing to the table. As if we didn't know. It's a Namco collection, but it's much more, because you do have stuff like Splatterhouse on there, and that Tank Force wasn't shabby either. That is not something I've seen normally. Yeah, there we go. How cool is that? On Namco Collections. Glad to have caught the tweet. Yeah, you know, I tweet for the SEO. I know not many people. I mean, I've got followers, but they don't really interact. Some of you guys do, though, and I'm grateful for that. But just as far as just randos out of the numbers, you know, they're just kind of wanting follow for follow on there. That's fine. I get it. I know how it works. But, yeah, for you guys, I still throw it out there. And for the SEO, just if it helps you know that I'm live. And it helps me know that you're live, too, when you throw stuff up. When I can hop over to Twitch sometimes and check out what you got going over there. Sometimes I wonder if the SEO from that even helps as far as visibility, because the numbers wouldn't suggest that it does, but we do what we can just for the sake of saying that we did do it. Get off of Pac-Man. You're pushing him around. He doesn't like that. I know. Golden Axe Warrior, man. I hear you. I've never played all the way through that, and I'm a huge fan of Golden Axe, as you probably could have guessed. And I just died. So much so that, I mean, I even loved the 360 PS3 iteration that everybody hated. And I just love the Urian lore, the whole lore of the Golden Axe story. So much so that I even used it as an influence for a creation that I made within 2nd edition Advanced Dungeons & Dragons. My players actually played through Golden Axe 2 and didn't even realize it. Not that I copied it piece for piece, but our whole campaign was, you know, it was inspired by it, and it made for a really cool, barbaric, grisly, and gory campaign with plenty of deaths, thankfully none of them permanent, and lots of experience points too. But yeah, the world of Golden Axe is so cool. And I thought that the 360 PS3, you know, the Beast Rider game, did a good job illustrating that in a way that I can almost liken it to how God of War did, you know, this year. Like, really just taking the game in a different direction, but still putting you in your place with lore and all that, and kind of sewing everything up in a nice little gift pack. It was really neat how it did that. Whereas I think most people just got angry at it because they didn't feel like it was even this gen, maybe, because of the quality. But I thought it was a solid hack and slash with a really intuitive combat system for the style of game that it was. And for $2 at your local GameStop, why not just have it on the shelf anyway, even if you absolutely hated it? We talked about that with the Conan game, too, during Conan Week on the show. Another fantastic game with fantastic lore. $5. You can't be without this. But yeah, I digress. Golden Axe Warrior is a game that I have access to and I've never spent the time on. And why? I don't know. There's only so much time. Yeah, it was a tough game now. I won't say it wasn't. I'm blowing things up. I mean, I'm dead. The beasts were definitely difficult to control. I mean, it could have been more polished. But as far as the attention to the story and to the depth that it gave, And some of the questions it answered about the names of some of the enemies in the background, some of the stuff that was lost in translation in the original Golden Axes, of course, coming this way from, you know, overseas. Yeah, I was tickled with it. I really was. Well, man, I gotta tell you, that's all the time we have for this segment. This is not TNL. This is FNL. Games usually come out on a Tuesday, but this one happened to be a Friday. A lot of Nintendo games end up being like that, so not surprising that we have to do these every once in a while. And we've been having trouble getting games here on time, despite, you know, paying what we pay, and that's a bummer too. But I was glad this one showed up today, and I was glad I could take a look. And I hope that all of you still watching, and all of you that will be watching this later in the recaps, will drop a like on this video. And I hope that if you have not already done so, that you're going to subscribe to the Emceemur Show for all your day one gaming needs. Be a part of Burn Nation. See what we've got going on here. Always glad to have you on the scene. Always great, new, and adventurous things going on right here on the show. What did you think about this game? Do you have this game? Are you going to buy this game? Are you going to go to a store to buy this game? What store are you going to go to buy the game? When you get to the store, you're going to pay the clerk for the game. The clerk is going to be glad you paid for the game. The clerk will be okay with the payment that you decided to pay for when you get the game. And you're going to go home with the game. Did your friend buy the game? Are you okay with your friend? Is your friend okay that you bought the game? Did your friend invite you over to play the game? What did your friend say when he invited you over to play the game? Did your friend invite you over to dinner before you got to play the game? What did you decide to have for dinner when you got over to your friend's house to play the game? Let me know in the comment section what you think about everything you saw here tonight, because you know that I love getting a conversation going with you right here on the Emceemur Show. Signing off for tonight. Thanks each and every one of you, and I'll see you again next time.